Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk a little bit about hauling our mountain bikes in the van, Sprinter 144. They are inside, and there's a reason for that. Before I get into this setup here, I'll talk about why they're on the inside. We had originally we had owl vans set up on the back here, and we had the one-up bike trays that go this way. There's these tubes that mount here and come outward, two of them, and then the bike trays sit on top, and the bike goes on top here, which is a great idea on the surface because sometimes it's tough to figure out where to put the bikes if you don't want them sticking way out on a hitch rack. So we did that, and while we were traveling up in Washington, so far away, I was working in the back of the van like everyone does at some point, where you got a door open like this, and you're kind of in here with your back to the doors, and they're not propped open all the way properly, right? Well, what happened was the bike tray, because it sticks out about this far, this door came behind me and smacked into the edge of this door. There's actually a little piece of some touch-up paint there I temporarily put on there. So the trays came over, hit this, shattered this entire back glass, and scratched the van. And it was at that point I realized that is a really bad design unless you make sure your doors are out and kind of in that locked position like this. You can't fold them all the way back if you have this box on the back. We had to switch the hinges out from the 270 hinges to the 180 hinges, because otherwise this box right here would run into the side of the van back there, especially when that side door is open. So these only go out to about right there, okay? A gust of wind can easily shut that door, as you guys know, if you have one of these vans. I mean, I'm just using my fingertips here. Doesn't take a lot. So if you're not careful, you just open it up to get in here real quick, and this one's open like this, it's gonna happen. I've heard other people happening too. So took the tubes off, decided, and also we have e-bikes now. They're pretty heavy. They would be hard to even get up that high anyway. But that's not the reason I moved away from it. It was purely because of the whole glass shattering, and having to have that replaced while you're traveling is not fun. We were literally picking up glass all over the parking lot of a hotel, and kind of an awkward situation. Put plastic on there. Luckily, Safelite had a window in Seattle, and we're able to run it up to Bellingham, where we were at the time. Shout out to Living the Van Life guy, who lives up that way too. Anyway, so yeah, we got it repaired. The next day. It wasn't a huge deal, but hundreds of dollars later, inconvenience, and having to pick up all the glass, knowing it's going to happen again. So decided to put them inside. Okay, so in here, and this is the new sheet vinyl floor that we installed before we went on a trip just a few weeks ago. And new wood ceilings, so it's nice to have the van getting a little more finished out in here. This is just a basic floor rack, gone online. I'll link to it, but it's just okay. Nothing special. You'll see where I put red tape. It's because it has these little metal plates that so let me zoom out here. Sorry, metal plates that they kind of squeeze the bar together at each end, and I think they're necessary to have on there. I can't remember, but they seem kind of sharp. I didn't want a tire getting punctured by sitting there, rubbing on that all day, especially if you're on a long road trip. So put some tape over it just as a way to make it not hurt the tires. I think next time I would look for a rack that didn't have that kind of sharp plate there, but this works well to haul. You can haul 4 bikes. We've got 2 here. Obviously, we put a 3rd one here facing this way with the handlebars out here, a 4th one here, but this battery's in the way. And these are e-bikes, so it's nice. It's like right now I'm charging this bike up for tomorrow's ride, and it's pulling about 138 watts. Sorry, I'm shaking the camera all over. So this has like 40 hours of output at that rate, so I'm not worried about it. We got solar panels that come on in the daytime and top that off every day. So good setup for charging bikes, keeping them out of the weather. Another bonus is, no chance of getting stolen, or less chance of getting stolen if they're in here and not on the back of the van. A downside is, like our bed system, we have the Moab bed system I put in. Another video on that if you ever want to install one of those, so look for that video. But the system goes right here, where we like it to be this height, so it gives us enough headroom up top and down below. Well, the bikes obviously are taller than that, so the bed platform has to come out whenever we're hauling bikes. Now we don't camp all the time, so not a big deal. This is usually open in here like this anyway. Use it as a truck when we're not traveling. So, but just be aware of that you could take the front tires off, right, and get where those fork mounts, and the bike would then probably fit, but it's just kind of a hassle to take your front tire off if you don't really need to. So, and then I have a strap there that goes between some D-rings and the L track. Just kind of wrap around each bike, and it holds it good. We travel all over town here in Northwest Arkansas a lot with bikes in here like this. If you haven't biked in Northwest Arkansas, I highly recommend getting out here and checking out the trails. There's like 400 miles of really nice mountain bike trails all over town. They've really perforated the whole city with trails everywhere, all kinds of trails too. So it's really incredible place to ride. Anyway, that's it. Any questions, stick it in the comments and I'll try to get back to you. Thanks.